We're on.
Yeah.
Hi. Shut the door.
We didn't have a warning or anything on that.
I think that's always for the best. Then we don't have to pretend.
Are we talking now?
Hi, good morning. It's the Todd and Erin morning stream. My husband's somewhere else. I don't know where. So
I'm back.
we have a green screen behind us. It's very pleasant. Maybe we should put something behind us like
Why
some
do we have
turkeys.
a green screen?
Well, no, but maybe we can have some turkeys just kind of like sedately parading around.
What do you want
Do you
parading around?
The turkeys. Don't you remember in the old days in radio, and we always thought it was really funny, and we do that wacky morning stuff where we're like, we're going to have some turkeys in the studio. We found out that live turkeys poop
Everywhere.
a lot. Okay, of course, good morning. There's the Morning Mountain Cam, brought to you by Brio Technologies this morning. Look, it's actually looking like there's not that much traffic. That's kind of exciting. You're not going to be punished for attempting to drive to work today.
Oh, you'll be punished.
Eventually, yes.
All right, what do we have coming up? The lady who flips off the motorcade
Oh man, the
gets
Trump motorcade.
fired.
Yeah, but it was a pretty epic shot.
Yeah.
Also, okay, we're down to the level of too much Christmas clothing, and I have a video to prove it. There's like Christmas apparel lines. It's not
This
like
is that thing you were telling me
It's
about.
not just like the ugly sweater anymore.
Right.
It's gotten wildly out of control.
Okay.
Okay. Also,
Christmas. I don't want to say it, but there's a Christmas opportunity, and we have to tell you about it, even though I don't want to talk about Christmas until after Thanksgiving.
okay.
All right? All right, so where do you want to start?
Well, it's too late. You're gonna have to talk about Christmas because I want to talk about this. I was down at Smith's the other day,
Yeah.
and you and I are gonna have to address this in some way. For instance, you might have to try this
Oh,
on.
is this that thing you wouldn't let me know about?
They have three-piece business suits now that say "ho ho ho" across them, and some have the big, gigantic, old-fashioned tree lights.
No.
And there's more, yes. Then they have the sexy, and these are not like the weird, like costumey ones. They have sexy off-shoulder, soft Santa, Mrs. Santa dresses, like with the little belt and everything. And no, it gets weirder. It's not just like the novelty Santa boxers anymore.
Right.
Would you like to see? Because it's troubling.
I would love to see it.
Please show us, won't you? I'm hearing conversation, which tells me that we may not.
Yeah, I hear fighting in the back.
But what I'm thinking I want to do with you...
Let's go back to that.
I'm going to take you down, and I'm
Yeah.
going to make you try one of those suits, and I think that we should have you walk around the store and just kind of present yourself as a gentleman of means in your Santa ho-ho-ho suit.
Well,
I just want to see a reaction.
I want to see what they look like.
It's really troubling.
All right.
Okay, moving on. This is kind of cool. We have never done this, and I don't understand why, because like you graduated in forestry and wildlife management. We like the mountains. We go there a lot. Why have we never cut down our own Christmas tree?
Well, I have cut firewood.
This is true.
This is true.
Yeah,
You can buy,
but never our own
and you
tree.
can buy $10. Cut a cord of wood. They send you to a certain place in the Uintas or wherever, and they have beetle kill there, and they have dead tree standing, and they need it out because of the fire thing. Plus, they make a little bit of money for the rabbits and critters.
Why for the rabbits?
I don't know.
Did the rabbits need money?
Yeah,
It's a gambling thing, isn't it?
baskets for Easter. And then you go up, and just like if you're deer hunting, you cut it up, you put it in your trailer, and you tag it with a tag you bought. And the same thing with Christmas trees.
Boy, that would be good for a cord of wood, because how much is a cord of wood these days? Like 300 or something?
270. But you're not supposed to burn it anymore. We learned that yesterday.
Yeah, we learned that. So it doesn't matter. But let's go back to the tree.
$10.
Get out.
$10.
And that would be such a fun thing with Zoe and Zach.
Right.
We
Well,
could toss Zoe into a snowbank and never find her again, and all the usual things.
This is one of those family outings that you either do once
And it's
and never again, or you do it forever.
I think it would be really cool. I would like to do it.
Now, these are wild trees. There's designated
Do we have
areas
to
where they're going
lasso
to send
them
you.
if they're wild?
Oh, but branding's fun. It smells like juniper. Yeah, the pinions, junipers, and firs.
Okay.
And so basically they give you some rules. You can go down and get these at any of the BLM offices, Bureau of Land Management, the field offices. They're all over the place. Look them up. And go down there, $10. They give you a permit, and then off you can go. And you can get 2 per household.
Now, it runs 13th through the 22nd of December, November 13th through the 22nd of December. However, I did talk to somebody, and they say, I don't know why they ever do that, because we sell it usually by the 3rd day. So you really probably don't want to wait till late December to try to go
That's
get one.
also the cutting.
You might want to scamper over and get it now.
It's also the cutting time. But if you go up into the high Uintas, you'll be snowshoeing, which could make it even worse. Better.
No, that's way more effort than I'm prepared to invest here.
Anyway.
No.
I think it's a
I've
good thing.
snowshoed before, and I didn't like it.
You got to try this once.
But that will be awesome. We're going to do it this year, right?
Yeah, let's
That'll
do
be
it.
fun. I'm excited.
Kids are on their own.
All right, fair warning, Netflix scam screwing everybody as usual, because why should we make anything fun in this world? So if you have a subscription like we do, I just wanted to warn you. Basically, it's a well-designed, individualized fake email. I mean, it's really well done.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
If they're trying to screw us, isn't it like $7 a month?
It's $10 a month.
Isn't it like $10 a month?
But if you have thousands of people who send you $10 a month, that's a buttload of money.
How does this work?
That's an actual monetary designation now, is buttload of money.
Buttload. Okay,
yes.
got it.
Okay, so, no, but it's actually very, very good. The way they do it is it's the fake email, and they convince customers to update their account information to avoid suspension. So it'll either say, you missed last month, you need to send it now.
Right.
So they send money, and then you get somebody's credit card information or their PayPal information, or they say, we don't have your new information for your credit card, we can't charge you.
Give it to us again.
And so we need it.
And then they take it.
And then so you go to a fake Netflix page, and then it gives the login number. You have to do all your login stuff, and then your credit card number. So basically now they have all of your personal information and your credit card number.
I would never do that.
But it's really, really good. It targeted 110 million Netflix subscribers, and it's pretty intense. They've gotten a buttload of, once again, money and monetary designation, not being crass, and then also a ton of credit card information. So that's fake. It's not true, and Netflix would like to let you know that they don't suspend you for 1 month late, or they don't suspend you for your credit card. They just remind you need to update it.
I would like, if you have any tips for me on this, I would like them, because you ever get to the point, where you have, thank you, hon. You get to the point where you say, oh my gosh, I got 20 minutes. I got 20 minutes. And you like jump in your bed or whatever, on your couch, your favorite chair, and you get your Netflix out, and you're like, yeah, I can never decide what to watch. 20 minutes is over, and I haven't even selected a movie. Just keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling.
There's too many choices. We've accepted this.
There is some. I will give you one clue, and I can't find it now, but I went online and I found every movie that is currently on Netflix for this month. Now,
how long did it take you just to go through the list, though?
I mean, find it. But then you can go through and highlight it, and next thing you know, you might actually have a playlist.
You have a choice, yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty handy. All right, this is a funny picture, but it is nonetheless. It's the President of the United States. It's his motorcade.
This is true.
And it's a crass gesture, and it also went viral. This was a woman who was bicycling along, I think she was along the Potomac in Washington, D.C.
White House photographer got this.
And it wasn't a White House photographer. It was just somebody bicycling behind her.
Okay.
And they took a picture of this woman flipping off the motorcade that had Trump in it. And it's interesting. They're saying it's freedom of speech. However, it doesn't mean freedom of consequence, because this woman was a social media director for her company, and she just got fired. So that's interesting. So now they've got this big debate going of whether or not she should get her job back, and that it was just her right to be able to express her opinion, and then her job saying, well, yeah, but she makes us look bad because she's our social media director. So it's that. Which direction do you go with this? And we've had this before when we were talking about the neo-Nazis and other people. It's like, at what point is your workplace allowed to go, you make us look bad?
First of all, she was anonymous until she turned herself in for bragging rights.
I don't think she turned herself in. I think she was made...
Number 3. I have a question. How did she know that he was in there with all the tinted windows?
Because it's a presidential motorcade.
Yeah, how many vehicles are there? They always run dummy cars.
No,
and I'm not talking about Trump being in a dummy car.
Presidential motorcades are fairly specific.
We are disagreeing quite a bit this morning.
No, but they do, because there's always a protocol that they have to go on a presidential motorcade where they lock things down.
Right.
I mean, things like manholes in the street. I mean, so no, it's not like they do it just for entertainment value.
I think it's divided right down the aisle. Fire or get her job back. I think it's either Democrat or Republican.
You leaning one way or another? Actually, surprisingly, there's a lot of Republicans going freedom of speech, and then there are some Democrat legislators who are saying no, that's rude.
You know what would have been hilarious if his hand came out and he flips her off. That in that picture,
I would have loved him instantly for that.
Awesome.
I'm sorry.
If those little tiny hands of his,
I would have loved him for that. It's like, oh yeah, fine.
Shooter!
Or even better, reach out and just push your bike over.
See, that's so fun. Just roll the window down from the back. Boink. There you go. There's the bird.
So that's the most recent dilemma in Washington, D.C. All right, moving on. We're Daisy in the Gephardt Daily Newsroom. She is brought to you by UtahCreditApproval.com. Utah Credit Approval knows that bad things happen to good people, but you should be able to repair your credit and also get a reliable automobile. You can call them at 801-921-9819. Also by Columbus Travel. Our friends at Columbus Travel can totally hook you up with an amazing vacation. And the average person who goes through the travel agency saves about $421 on their planned vacation. Nice, right? Also, all Utah Plumbing, Heating, and Air. If there's something going wrong in your house, it's very likely that John can fix it for you. And you can reach them at allutahplumbing.com. Daisy, my dear, what is going on today?
Thanks, Todd and Erin. Hello, everyone. Here's what's making headlines Tuesday, November 7th on GephardtDaily.com. Police in West Jordan are asking for the public's help locating two persons of interest in the murder of 22-year-old Dan Zuniga Guzman. Guzman was found dead in the middle of the street near 6700 South, 4800 West, after neighbors reported hearing a ruckus about 1:15 a.m. Wednesday. Now police are looking for a man and a woman who they believe have information about Guzman's death. 23-year-old Jesus Molina and 22-year-old Brianna Huff are believed to be driving a maroon-colored 2005 Nissan Altima with Utah license plate X153T. If you know where they are, call West Jordan Police. The sister of Park City murder victim Kerry K.C. Goff wants people to remember her sibling, not the former pro football player accused of killing her. Goff was found dead in a Park City hotel late last Thursday. Police say she had been stabbed to death by her estranged husband, 46-year-old Anthony McClanahan, an ex-football player who tried out for the Dallas Cowboys in the 90s before joining the Canadian Football League. Police say McClanahan killed Goff in the middle of the night. He's now facing murder charges. And dozens of people turned out in West Valley City Monday night to remember the line-of-duty death of West Valley police officer Cody Brotherson. Brotherson died 1 year ago while trying to spike the tires of three teens who were fleeing police in a stolen car near 4100 South and 2200 West. Monday night, city officials told the slain officer's family they are renaming a section of 4100 South as Brotherson Parkway. Tearful family members called the move, quote, incredible. Time now for a look at your Wasatch Front weather, brought to you by the mother of all sponsors at Brio Technologies, Utah's top audiovisual experts. Daytime temps in the next few days will linger in the mid to upper 50s, while nighttime lows will be in the mid 20s to mid 30s. There's a tiny chance of rain, especially in the higher elevations. That's all for now. For more local headlines 24/7, go to GephardtDaily.com. And Todd and Erin, back to you.
Thank you, my beautiful Daisy. We appreciate it. Okay, this is pretty cool because Columbus Travel has got this deal right now that I was looking at, and I was kind of hoping I could talk to you about it for Christmas because it's like this trip to a Mexican vacation. It is literally everything from the airfare, the transfers back and forth from the hotel, to the all-inclusive resort where all of the food, all of the alcohol, all of the activities, everything is included.
Oh, you're talking to me.
Yeah, I would be mentioning that to you, my husband.
Oh, okay.
You know, the father of my children.
I thought you were talking to them.
No, because you would be the one going on vacation with me. You're all welcome to come too, but I'm not paying for you. But in any case, and then even the tips for the staff, everything. You literally, unless you want to buy like tourist trinkets, you don't have to spend another penny once you're there.
Wow.
It's the most amazing all-inclusive vacation, and it was ridiculously inexpensive, and I'm dying to try it because I haven't taken the kids to Mexico. We haven't done this for them. Wouldn't it be educational? It's for the children. Except for the alcohol, that would be for me. But the important thing is...
Better than Disneyland.
All right. Although they have those two that are amazing savings. But it just depends on where you want to go. But if we do this, then I just thought that would be a really cool after-Christmas vacation.
Yeah, that's true.
And we could actually afford it, which is so unusual for us.
It's true.
See, this is the point. If you go to Columbus Travel, if you're just doing airfare somewhere, yeah, I mean, go online. That doesn't matter. Although I have seen them do airfare and hotel for less than the airfare I've seen online. But if you're doing a vacation, save your money, because if you're doing cruises, they can give you upgrades that you can't get anywhere else. If you're doing a vacation like this where they can make it all inclusive for you, why would you bother to try to go through all those steps yourself? And then you don't have to worry about anything. They did all the work. You know, people show up when they're supposed to. You know, your flight's when it needed to be. All that stuff's done. And I'm against work, so I've always preferred to have someone else do it for me if possible. So there's a reason people go there and then they come back. If you want to go to columbusvacations.com, you can find out more information, and they also have a really cool weekly newsletter that gives you updates. So give it a try. This is going to be a good summer.
This is
winter.
This is a scary story.
Oh, good
I
Lord.
can only put myself in the shoes of this 10-year-old. And tell him the story, because it's just...
Well, Jayton Fontenot is adorable. He's 10 years old. His mama, Ashley Moreau, was pregnant, and they knew they were going to have a little boy. He already had a little baby sister, Remy, who was about
Nice.
1, so he kind of knows how to handle babies. He's been a good brother. He's helped out.
All right.
Well, Ashley went into the bathroom, and all of a sudden her water broke. She was a month early, so this is not good. And she also found out part of her uterine lining had torn, so she's bleeding profusely. To make matters worse, the baby's feet are sticking out, so he's in the breech position. So right now, pretty much you can't get any worse.
No.
So her mother was right across the street, but she just had back surgery, so they couldn't even get her out of bed. So she said, honey, I called 911, so he's calling 911 for her, but they're out in Louisiana, kind of in the back area. It's going to take a bit. She goes, honey, I'm really sorry to do this to you. But you're going to have to help me deliver your brother, and we have to do it fast because his feet are turning blue, and that means he can't breathe.
Right.
This is okay. As the mother, I'm impressed with her calmness, because I would be shrieking like a barn owl. So he says, "Tell me what to do. I can do it." So she instructs him how to turn the baby's feet to a safer position, and he helps
guide the baby
out. And so he's gotten the baby out, and he realizes his baby brother, isn't breathing. So here's this kid's 10-year-old kid's brain. He remembers that he's seen his mom use the nasal aspirator on his little sister when she had a cold.
Boogers, yeah.
Yeah, and so he runs in the kitchen, he gets it, comes back in, and he aspirates the baby's nose and his mouth.
Right.
And he gets his little brother breathing. So by the time 911 came, he had the baby wrapped up in a towel, he had his mom's feet up, and he had her covered with a blanket. And this 10-year-old child is holding a baby. And if you look at the picture again, I don't know if we showed the picture because I was too busy looking at you and getting all verklempt. But if you look at the picture of this little boy, 10 years old, look at his face. Look at this kid. This is a child who turned a baby in his mother's uterus and delivered the baby and figured out how to save its life. This kid is a boss. I mean, if he is not a neurosurgeon by the time he's 12, I will be surprised.
I don't think he's going to date till he's 40 because I think it freaked him out.
If that would not traumatize you for life as a boy, I don't know what would. This is what? No, I don't want to date. No dating for me.
I'm a monk. I'm going to the monastery.
Isn't that an amazing story, though?
It is an amazing story.
This cool little dude. And she goes, I don't think Jaden understands what he did and how amazing it is. But as adults, we're all crying, Jaden, so we'll tell you
Oh,
yes.
my gosh. That's a crazy story.
All right, Christopher's, this is so fun. I talked to Melissa yesterday. She's the general manager at Christopher's Prime Steakhouse. They have this holiday menu coming out. We're going. I said, don't you think that we need to get some new footage? And she started laughing uncontrollably. She goes, yes, you can come in. Oh, okay. If you haven't been there, this is totally going to be the time to do, because she was telling me about some of the stuff that the chef had put up together. So it is going to be the coolest holiday season. And how you go there for dinner with 3 of your closest people is you simply make a comment on today's show if you're watching on Facebook. That's really it, because we're too lazy to actually have anything that involved effort as a contest, because we'd have to pay attention to details. So it's really that simple. If you're on Gephardt Daily or Gephardt Approves Facebook page watching the show, or if you're on the Todd and Erin page, just drop a comment. I like Christopher's, I want to go. Something like that. You're in. It's that simple. And then on Friday, we will draw a winner. And that person is going to go to Christopher's and try out their fabulous holiday menu, which is to die for. Oh, by the way, if you're doing holiday parties and you don't want another one of those bleak office parties where you're in the break room, you have got to go there. They do amazing prices for holiday parties, and
like
it's
for
so
10
much
or
fun.
20?
Yeah, it's incredible.
You could pay your employees so much less.
Really, because they would just be grateful for a really amazing party.
Just hang on till Christmas.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, very cool.
There you go. All right, coming up next.
Okay, I got some information. Something about, you were talking about the iPhone X.
Oh, it makes you look like crap.
Why does it make you look like crap?
We'll explain. The Todd and Erin Morning Stream is brought to you by Utah Credit Approval. Bad things happen to good people, but repair your credit and find the car you want at Utah Credit Approval. Just call 801-404-7201. Also by Columbus Travel. Sign up for their weekly newsletter today for some screamingly good last-minute travel deals. You can do that at columbusvacations.com. And also by All Utah Plumbing, Heating, and Air. This is the perfect time to check out your heating system and make sure that you're ready for the cold winter months ahead. Go to allutahplumbing.com. And don't forget 24-hour service.
I do.
How do you do?
Well, you go to our website, 4minutemortgage.com, fill out the application. We'll call you within 1 business day. The whole thing takes about a month, start to finish.
We went to the bank
They got really personal.
and went through all of our personal records and all of our finances.
And then there was that little deal about the $8,000 closing costs.
It took like 4 months.
That's funny. That's funny.
Look, honey, it's a mountain stream. Because we're the Todd and Erin morning
Stream, yeah.
I know, get it? Because it's cute.
That's
'Cause-
hilarious.
All right, okay. The iPhone X. We've been talking a lot about this, but
I don't want it.
sales have been insane on this
I
thing.
don't
Even
want
after
it.
all the cautionary tales of having to replace the glass and the fact that it's like an average of like $1,200 to buy one, they can't keep them in stock
I don't-
anywhere.
I don't want
anywhere. Why?
Where did I leave my phone yesterday?
Here.
Yeah. How many times?
I'm gonna get nail polish and paint that bright pink, by the way, so you
Why?
always remember it. Because you leave it here at least once a week.
You use your phone like a crazy person. I use my phone like a phone. I might add stuff, or I don't Google on my phone. That's almost unnatural.
He's just jealous of my phone and my
So-
relationship.
So, the 10. What's the
Well,
deal?
do you remember back when like news anchors and even a lot of the actors were really ticked off because HGTV was so good that like you could see the pores in their faces?
Oh, right.
We don't worry about that because our guys know to just shoot us from way back, so
Like
it's never
Missouri.
a problem. And we're okay with that too. That's
Yeah.
good. But no, because they were really ticked off. Like you could see all their makeup lines and everything.
Oh,
and they were,
right,
like, all
right,
ticked off. They're like,
because it's the clarity.
yeah, it's not making us look good.
Yeah.
Well, apparently the iPhone X camera is so good and so sharp that people are like, I don't know if I want to take any pictures.
That's not
One
true.
person on Twitter moments they were talking about this said the iPhone X camera though selfies are in full blown HD. I'm not sure that my dry skin is ready for that.
I don't think your arm's long enough to get far enough away.
She says, but seriously, the iPhone X makes me 100 times more ugly. And there's another one saying, I'm going to try to open the iPhone X front-facing camera, and it's going to talk to me and say, girl, are you sure you want it? And the iPhone X camera is way too unforgiving for my pores. I wouldn't have much use for the iPhone X. That camera is too good, man. All anyone would see is my dry-ass skin and the bags under my eyes in perfect HD quality. And I'm thinking about that going, yeah, that would be me too. I don't take many selfies just on principle because I already know what I look like, but I'm not sure I really want to.
I remember when it came out, and this is the most brilliant commercial television spot, and it was one of the smartest ways, and it showed a golf course, right? Mm-hmm. And the guy clips it, shifts it, does whatever you do, hooks it, and it goes into the grass, right, the taller grass. And there's like 4, 5, 6 people kind of walking through the grass, kind of looking around like this. Mm-hmm. The guy watching TV goes, "It's right over there. It's right there by the rock." Ooh. It's just so funny.
Yeah, but how perfect. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
Seriously. Christian, thank you very much for saying that, but it's really not true, but we love you.
What'd she say?
She goes, you two are beautiful as always. I'm like, that's so sweet. Not true, but
Here's your story.
Good. Why am I doing this one?
You're doing that one because it's a guy going back to jail. Where he used to work.
Former Daggett County Sheriff's deputy accused of assaulting jail inmates was sentenced Monday to, frankly, I don't think this is long enough, to 120 days in jail. Let me explain why. Joshua Cox was part of a department that he said was riddled with problems, and it was poison, and I let it get to me. And he said...
he's a victim.
It wasn't just me, it was everybody. Here's the deal. They said that there was a disciplined and overly familiar culture in the Daggett County law enforcement where inmates and officers would sit around in the jail drinking soda, getting to know each other, and participating in horseplay. Well, here's the horseplay.
Did they have horses?
Oh, and here's the horseplay that they were talking about. Sheriff's deputies who were guards at the jail would bring in their own tasers, which were illegal at the jail, and they would use them on new prisoners as a, quote, wacky initiation rite.
There you go.
And that was supposed to be in a culture of horseplay.
What did it?
Horseplay. Yeah. And former coworker, one of the coworkers said, look, you know, if it wasn't on camera, it didn't happen. So don't worry about it. And then, of course, they found out later it actually was on camera. And there was some fairly compelling testimony of people saying that it's a problem. So he's not the only one. And as a matter of fact, they also had to take out the sheriff. There's 3 other jail employees as well who were accused of mistreating and intimidating inmates with tasers and untrained police dogs. So you can only imagine what happened there.
That's not a good thing.
And another person also testified that they were using the untrained police canines in the jail for bite training with the inmates. Okay, so
how long is he going to go into?
There was 120 days.
And which jail is he going into?
I'm not going to say, but the point is, you know, and a lot of people are saying, well, good, they deserve it.
Right.
There's a lot of people who go to jail for various reasons. And yes, they've made mistakes and they've done things that were wrong. But if you don't think that you have done something that might merit jail, you would be surprised. I trespassed and I did a protest for an animal laboratory that was illegally using former pets for scientific experiments, which is illegal. They arrested me. I could have gone to jail for trespassing for 30 days. If someone had used untrained canines for bite training and tasers on me, I would consider that immoral. So I don't know. It's just easy to. I've heard so many comments on this story where people are, they deserved it, and it's like you don't know what they were in jail for, and you don't. As a human being, I
don't think you're supposed to tase people. That's all.
Or do bite training with dogs.
The poor dogs. What do they think? Anyway,
yeah, that's not helping them. So in any case, there's 4 of them that are going to jail, and the sheriff that actually ran the jail will also be going there to jail. So that will be interesting to see what happens.
You know what I wanted to show? Hey guys, I want to show that the car ad that the husband put together. He put together a great. Well, just take a look at this.
You do things.
This is the commercial.
That's what makes you one of a kind.
She's cute. I like her.
You don't need things. You're happy with who you are. You don't care about money. You have everything you've ever wanted. And this
She's just so stoic, isn't she?
This is
That's a great shot.
She's dancing.
Ooh, Highway 1.
Right?
Northern California.
These are drone shots for this car.
And this is for a used car.
Oh, yeah, it is, yeah.
That's the best part. 141.
Starting at $449.
Luxury.
That is so cool.
All right, that is pure evil. That is genius.
It is, isn't it? And
And
the funny thing
that's
is,
for a used car. Can you measure that at KSL.com? That would be awesome.
Just to date the car, did you see the cassette converter that went in her radio?
Wasn't it like a 1993 Accord or something like that? That was perfect. See, we all need a drone to make these kind of commercials. That we could sell the RV if we could do that.
Oh, gosh. Mm-hmm. No, because then you'd see the leaking roof. You have this story about the employees of a sweatshop?
They've done this before as a joke, and it turned out to be urban myths, but this one is for real. Zara is a Spanish retailer. It's a very expensive high-end clothing.
Okay.
However, they also have a very miserable reputation for terrible labor practices and for ripping off the work of other designers and artists. Well, this time...
What? They rip them up?
They rip off designers
Okay.
and other artists,
right.
and they rip off their looks and steal them. Well, according to the AP, shoppers at Zara's factory in Istanbul have started to find notes from Turkish factory workers sewn into the hems of the garments saying, I made this item you're going to buy, but I didn't get paid for it.
Oh,
and they're
my
like,
gosh.
And they're like, and others will like, I have 5 children and I haven't been paid in 3 weeks. And another one will say, I've worked 15 hours a day.
Oh, my gosh.
And I mean, they were so awful and they're so pitiful that some of the employees who were finding them were taking them out and they were like starting to put them up on social media going, this is what's happening.
Yeah.
And so they've started this huge change.org petition talking about the fact that there's got to be some kind of protest against Zara to make them reconsider this. And so far, the only thing that the Zara management has said is, well, we used a third party. We didn't know anything about it. So we'll probably switch. I'm like, they are sowing desperate pleas for help in the labels of your clothing.
That pretty much says it all,
That's
doesn't
a
it?
bad sign.
A bad sign.
That is a sign of desperation.
All right, so I think, one of my favorite stories for
Really?
quite a while.
Tell me.
Has to do with auto theft, and it's coming up next.
Best mugshot.
The Todd and Erin morning stream is brought to you by Fink & McGregor. Did you know that you can qualify for a mortgage with a credit score as low as 600? Just go to fink-mcgregor.com for more information. It's mortgages made simple. Also by The Vein Clinic. There's several excellent varicose vein removal procedures, but you need to find the right one for you. You can do that by scheduling an appointment at theveinclinic.com. And also by Black Diamond Heating, Electric, Plumbing, and Air. Black Diamond Experts, they also have a brand new office open in Ogden. You'll be glad you called an expert. blackdiamondexpert.com.
Apply today and drive away.
This is just a great story. Prepare yourselves to be amazed.
Okay, first morning Mount Cambrio Technologies.
Okay.
Experts in lighting and sound. By the way, one of the guys is on tour with David Archuleta right now.
I know.
I mean, that's how good they are.
Just doing the sound for him.
I know, right? Okay.
You ready?
Explain this one because this is an awesome story.
We've all rented cars before. You know, you get there, and the only time it's fun is when you get off the airplane and you go grab the keys and you get in your car. That's fun because you're going someplace.
Somewhere awesome.
And when you bring it back, oh, am I late? Am I going to have time to get from there? I got to
crap, I got to fill up the tank, or they're going to charge me.
How am I going to clean up all this peanut butter? All these questions.
What are you doing with peanut butter in the rental car?
I don't know. So basically, this gentleman decided that he wanted to rent a car, and he did. And it was Christmas too. It was Christmas 14.
Sure. So
14th, yeah.
He had a trip, things to do. Sure, of course.
And so he rented it in 2014. Mm-hmm. The year 2014.
Okay.
And they just got it back. He didn't
3
return
years
the car
ago?
for 3 years. For 3 years.
I can't believe they hadn't found him by then.
Now you think you're going to see someone really shifty. You're not. Here's the mugshot.
He's adorable.
He is adorable. Hi.
70 years old. His name is Jacques Aouf. And look at that sweet little face.
Why didn't you bring the car back?
What did he say?
I don't know. Forgot.
Charged with first-degree and second-degree larceny after signing, of course, the written promise to agree at court.
Right.
It was a property crime, and he
owes that much.
Oh my God!
Well, it was $25,000.
He's owed $7. Go ahead.
He owes them $25,344, and the vehicle is only worth $15,000.
Well, it was $792 a month, and he kept it for 3 years. Look at his little face.
They had it on the street.
Okay, I got to be honest. If you look at that guy, I would just go, you know what?
I have the car.
You're adorable. I mean, because look at that face. This is not the face of a man who thought he did anything wrong. He just had some errands to run. He had some stuff he had to pick up, and he forgot that for 3 years he hurts his rental car. He's precious.
It's the same as a lease. except you don't pay. Which is a great... If you're a car dealer out there, listen to this guy. You go, you lease a car, you put a little money down, and then you just don't bring it back.
For 3 years.
For 3 years. And they found it on his street, right in front of his house.
See, it was not like he was trying to be sneaky.
They watched him come out and get in it, and they went, "Oh, excuse me, sir." And they asked him about it, and he went, "Oh, well."
Yeah, it was the property crimes detective that found him, and that's when he went, "Oh, I guess I have to return this." You know, these things can slip your mind.
They can.
I know if it were anyone else in the world, I would say put them in jail, but that face.
I know.
He was so adorable.
He looks like a cobbler, doesn't he?
He could be your grandpa.
Can we see him? Can we see him? Look at.
Like your extra.
I make the shoes.
Look at him.
That's my Italian accent.
It was really nice, except for he's French.
The shoes. Okay, thank you guys.
Zapatos? No, that's Spanish.
We need some more information.
All right, let's go to Daisy. She's in the Gephardt Daily newsroom. She is brought to you by Fink and McGregor. These are mortgages made simple. If you go to fink-mcgregor.com, you will find out that you can get a mortgage with a credit score as low as 600. Also by To Liberate a Man, rid yourself from adult addiction for good, showing you the exact steps to freedom at liberateaman.com. Also by Black Diamond Experts. They are experts in electric, plumbing, heating, and air with a brand new office in Ogden, blackdiamondexpert.com. Daisy, my dear, what is going on today?
North Korea. Trump made the statement during a joint news conference in Seoul with South Korean President Moon Jae-in. The conciliatory gesture was made during Trump's 10-day jaunt through Southeast Asia, where he's been turning up the heat on the North Korean regime to drop its nuclear arms program. Yesterday, North Korea doubled down on its nuclear ambitions, saying it was speeding up the program. It also said it was keeping a close eye on Trump to make sure, quote, he doesn't do something crazy. The Secret Service arrested a Texas man near White House grounds Monday after he traveled to Washington, D.C. to, quote, kill all white police. Montgomery County Police sent a be on the lookout notice to Secret Service officials before 3 p.m. for Dallas resident Michael Arrega. Secret Service at the White House immediately began searching for Arrega and spotted him on the north side of Pennsylvania Avenue near Lafayette Park. He was arrested by Secret Service officers and is now cooling his heels in Washington, D.C.'s lovely Metro Jail. And a polygamous cult leader believed responsible for killing 3 Americans in Mexico has been arrested. The Chihuahua State Attorney General's office, in a joint operation with the FBI, raided 3 houses and 2 ranches last week, where Orson William Black Jr. lived with his 4 wives and 22 other followers. U.S. authorities said in addition to being a suspect in the deaths of 3 Americans, he's also wanted for child abuse in Arizona. Black had been on the run for more than a decade. That's it for now. For more headlines from across the country and around the world, go to GephartDaily.com. And for now, Todd and Erin, back to you.
All right, Black Diamond, I'm going to use all the words this time. Black Diamond Experts. They are experts in electric, plumbing, heating, and air. They have a brand new place now in Ogden, which makes life so much easier for you up in Weber County. But the reason why they're called the experts is because there's really nothing that can go wrong in your house that they can't fix. They're licensed, they're bonded, they're insured. They show up, they're like, yeah, show me the problem. They go, okay, I can fix that. They give you a bid. Once the job is done to your satisfaction, you're all happy, you're like, I have a furnace again. They hand you the bill, and it's exactly what they told you it would be. There's no sneaky overages or extra special charges or anything slimy that makes you want to pull your hair out. So this is why they go on my list of guys that I trust. You know, you have that list, like you know who you can call to help you, like with your leaves, or you know where to take your car. Well, these are the people that you call if you want to come in to fix something in your house or your sprinklers or your lawn. They're the ones. All you have to do is go to blackdiamondexpert.com to get more information and set up an appointment. Okay, this story is epic. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
This is the Science is Awesome section of the show.
Okay.
I don't have a fancy like stinger and like a nice cool slate to put across the screen. I should.
Science.
Is
good.
Awesome. Okay, that's all I need. A patient is able to move his legs again after training with an electrical stimulation device embedded in his spine.
No.
They wet wired this guy.
No.
Wet wiring, of course, is where basically they're implanting sensors into your body directly.
It's like a pacemaker, kind of.
He's a paraplegic who lost the use of his legs following a motorcycle accident. He's standing and walking again after doctors stimulated his spinal cord using electrical signals.
What?
He was completely paralyzed from waist down.
Right.
I mean, absolutely no ability
yes,
at all.
yes.
Researchers at the University of Louisville, Kentucky, managed to reawaken his nerves using the spinal cord epidural stimulation. Now, humans are able to move because of the electric signals that go up and down your cortex, and that's what makes your body do all of its function.
Right.
But the injury to the upper spine is the thing that cuts off communication between the brain and the rest of your body. But what they found out is by implanting this into his spine, they're now able to stimulate it, and what the next part of this is to do is go to the neural electrical connection where they'll also implant in his brain so that he can do this on his own. Is that amazing?
It's come so far. Do you remember the big...
wet wiring thing of the future, my friends.
Do you remember all the movies that were like in Aliens when Sigourney
fiction.
Weaver, she gets inside the big cargo lifting thing?
Yeah.
And it used to be like that, and it would support your entire body weight. And they've got other ones like that.
Yeah, big exoskeleton type things. Yeah.
Like segways and things like that, so you can get around. And this is
implanted
crazy.
into your spine.
That
Isn't that amazing?
is amazing.
So it basically restores the communication between your brain and the rest of your body again.
That's crazy.
That's so cool to me.
Raccoons should go on diets, evidently, because otherwise...
You're fat shaming raccoons now? You're a
What do you mean now?
shamer.
That it makes it sound like I was doing it before to someone, and I'm not.
You're fat shaming the raccoons.
This raccoon's pretty fat.
Coming up next, fat shamer.
All right, you got Rocky Mountain.
The Todd and Erin morning stream is brought to you by Fink and McGregor. Did you know that you can qualify for a mortgage with a credit score as low as 600? Just go to fink-mcgregor.com for more information. It's mortgages made simple. Also by the Vein Clinic. There's several excellent varicose vein removal procedures, but you need to find the right one for you. You can do that by scheduling an appointment at theveinclinic.com. And also by Black Diamond Heating, Electric, Plumbing, and Air. Black Diamond Experts, they also have a brand new office open in Ogden. You'll be glad you called an expert. blackdiamondexpert.com. The Todd and Erin morning stream is brought to you by Fink and McGregor. Go to fink-mcgregor.com for mortgages made simple. Because they're a broker, they have a number of different options they can offer you. Just go through a 4-minute questionnaire and someone will call you back by the next business day and get you on your way. It's fink-mcgregor.com. Also by Utah Credit Approval. Utah Credit Approval knows that there's sometimes the bad things happen to good people and that credit may be hard to repair. But you can apply today and drive away today with Utah Credit Approval. Just call 801-404-7201. And also by All Utah Plumbing, Heating, and Air. Go to allutahplumbing.com to schedule a check to make sure that you're ready for winter. And don't forget they have 24-hour emergency service at allutahplumbing.com.
All right, so first of all, thanks for joining us on the Todd and Erin morning stream on GephardtDaily.com. 'Tis the season to be charitable, and it should happen all the time. You know that.
This is a big one for me though, because I've gone into the houses of like kids who went to school with our kids, and to pick them up from a play date or something for a play date, and the house was cold.
Yeah.
And everyone was wearing big sweaters, and I knew it wasn't because
they're saving money.
They didn't. Yeah, they just couldn't afford it, or maybe they just didn't have that option.
Right.
So, and every time you think about people like that, that's the one thing. It's like just the basic stuff. No one's asking for a big screen TV. It's like, could I just keep my furnace going and my lights on? Right. And that's a big deal. So Rocky Mountain Power is asking if you can lend a hand. They're doing something kind of cool. They're matching customer donations to the Salvation Army's Lend a Hand program.
Right.
And this is the one that helps limited income customers keep their power on and their homes warm. So if you make a donation to the Salvation Army Lend a Hand program, they'll match all the contributions with, if you do $2, for instance, they'll donate $1 back. So this way, I mean, you're bolstering the program so that more people are getting help. And I really like this because it's such a simple thing. You should be getting that bill in the mail, including the contribution envelope this month. This is why I'm kind of trying to remind you now, because it's a fairly big deal. It's really simple. It's just right there. And that way you could do it. If you pay your bill electronically, you can simply, there's a quick thing there that tells you if you want to request a donation envelope, just click it. They'll mail it to you and you can send it back. I don't. This is one of those big ones for me. That's just.
It's just basic. I mean, I don't know if if you've ever been cold like this, and you're dressed up like you're outdoors, but you're in your house. It's so sad.
I've heard stories about elderly folks who keep their stove open and they try to heat the house.
So dangerous.
Through your, with their stove and stuff like that. And it is just like that one thing. So you're getting your bill this month. You will see the Lend a Hand program envelope there. If you're online electronically where you pay, they will give you a quick notation there that shows you where you can donate. But I'm thinking, almost all of us could donate surely $2, just $2.
And it's right there. It's like becoming a organ donor.
Yeah, and then they
it's
have
like
to,
right on your thing, and you're going to get a license, and I'm going to, okay.
And then they have to match it, and everybody's happy.
And it's about time we take it out on Rocky Mountain.
So really, it's like love and charity and vengeance. So it was really almost at the same time, right?
But wait, they just charge us more.
I don't think they can for this one.
Yeah, speaking of charity and stuff, and we are big believers in sharing and stuff, and we're big believers in letting people know when there's great opportunities to do that. But there's this new thing, and I'm sure you've heard it, but it's like if you buy a car from us, we'll make a donation to the Humane Society of $150. And I'm like, love the Humane Society, adopted our dog from the Humane Society.
Foster cats from the Humane Society.
But why don't you give me the money and I can decide where it goes instead of making a donation on my behalf? Does that bother you?
Well, the reason why they do it that way is because they get the tax credit then.
Oh, that means they're... But everyone's doing it now. And it's just like windows and doors. You replace your windows and doors, and we're gonna donate $25 to Bob's hair removal. I don't want Bob to have... I want to have the money to decide where my charitable thing is going to go.
You know what? I wouldn't even mind if they sent it on my behalf and got the tax credit if I could at least decide where it went. But it's the fact that they choose the charity and they choose... It reminds me of a certain radio station / TV station that took charitable donations for the hurricane victims down in Houston. And then they decided what was going to happen with the money, I think without really telling anybody that they got to decide. And it's sort of
just... Yeah, it went to a different organization as opposed to the Red Cross.
Yeah, and it went to what they wanted to do with it so that they could get more coverage about how great they were. And to me, that seemed a little inappropriate.
So
it should be your decision. It's really your values, it's your choice, and
it really should.
And God knows there's a trillion different places that need your help. And you know what? A lot of people have knowledge of small places that really need the assistance and maybe don't get the big buzz like a lot of the other ones do.
Right.
Like, food pantries or like the crisis intervention nurseries where parents can drop off their children if things are dire. I mean,
the teddy bear den.
Teddy bear corner, yeah.
And that is what?
Oh, I love this one. This is for young mothers, traditionally extremely impoverished, sometimes homeless, but they get to earn points by going to mother visits, by going to all their checkups when they have the baby, by learning about nursing, about all these different things, and then they get to spend those points at the teddy bear den, and people will knit beautiful handmade crochet things for them, or
diapers.
They can get diapers and formula and all the other things they need. Yeah. So there's a lot of different places. It's just I don't want the car dealership deciding where it goes.
Every time I hear it, it just is like, well, who made you the boss? I'm paying you.
We're going to make you look like you're generous, but we're getting the tax donation.
I'm buying a car from you for $25,000, and you're going to decide where... I don't understand.
It is weird, isn't it?
I just feel weird about it.
I hadn't thought of the irony until now, but you're right.
It's now time for fat shaming. Those darn raccoons. Illinois. Evidently, they have a problem. Evidently, the gyms have all closed down. There's no Treadmasters. No, because the raccoons, well, you get a picture of this. Basically, the raccoon is gigantic.
I want to...
Yeah, he's stuck. Yeah. He's stuck.
Oh!
He's not going anywhere.
Look at that face!
He just kind of lays there.
He's giving you the paw. He's got his little paw. Like,
see the round tunnels that he's stuck in one of them.
Oh, he can't even get...
No, he can't.
And he's even trapped on his back, his little belly's...
Yeah. Butterball. That's me.
That's so sad.
That's me in 6 months. That's me in 6 months. Look, there's Todd.
Oh, look at that little
A little less
face.
hairy.
Oh, that is the saddest thing ever. Oh.
Yeah, I noticed
Because
yesterday.
raccoons are supposed to be all sleek and clever and fast. And
Right,
they use their
right.
clever paws and their little bandit eyes. And
You know what depressed me?
you got him.
Oh, by the way, why am I even speaking to you?
Why? What do you mean?
Who brought Kentucky Fried Chicken home again? Who?
It was for the children. They wanted it.
I will now demonstrate.
You were sick, and I knew you couldn't cook, and
I'm going to demonstrate something, and I just to make my point, I quit smoking 8 months ago,
And I'm very proud of you.
and I have started to gain more and more weight, and I'm up 20, 40, almost 40, 35
You were
pounds.
not up 40 pounds.
Yeah.
You're not even 20.
Look what I can do.
Don't laugh back there. It's not funny.
I have a ledge. And you bring home Kentucky Fried Chicken.
11 herbs and spices.
I know they do. Watch the phone. Look at the phone.
By the way, Kentucky
The
Fried Chicken
phone
pays
is-
us nothing.
is sitting
This
on
is
a
just our own obsession.
This was 11 herbs and spices right here, folks. I would have never shown my belly like that in the past, but I just don't have any pride anymore. You've seen the show. You know what's going on. I would like to make a deal with you right now.
Okay.
That no Kentucky Fried Chicken will come into our house for a while.
As far as you know.
Like I'm not going to smell that?
You don't see it. You don't know it's there.
Oh, I can smell. You could smell Kentucky. Right. There's vegetarians who want to eat it. And they often do. They just don't tell anybody. Vegans are out there going secretly, really want some KFC. Because I tell you what, after you eat turnips, there's no finger looking good with turnips.
I remember I had to do a juice cleanse once. It was for the show, actually. It was for a client, and I think it was 15 days. I literally parked outside of a KFC, and I was actually questioning if I could rob it. I mean, I was literally at that point, I'm like, if I just put my hand in my pocket, would they think it was a gun, and would they hand over the chicken? I was that desperate.
I see, because if you bought it, it would be immoral. But if you steed it...
That's
stolen,
fine. Then I'm not cheating on my cleanse. See? Duh.
So we have a rule?
Yeah.
Unless we agree. No, don't do it that way, because I'll just say, hey, we're going to get some KFC? And we haven't eaten there I hadn't eaten there for 25
20 years easily.
Easy.
I don't think the children had ever consumed Kentucky
No.
Fried Chicken until we got in this binge again.
And the words out of my daughter's mouth was, who makes this?
Who has made this thing? And really, why aren't they sponsoring the show? God knows we promote them enough at this point. Shouldn't you be sponsoring the show, Kentucky Fried Chicken?
Really should.
Really? Because
We're
we're your most devoted customers.
We really are.
We really are.
I'll show you I can balance the phone again.
Don't. All right.
All right. I want to talk about Thanksgiving really quick.
Let's.
People are going to fly a lot more this Thanksgiving than they have in the past.
Why?
Just because the economy's back.
Economy's good.
The economy's good. People are making plans.
Gas prices are still low, so the fares aren't as bad.
This is true. So basically, they're talking about the Salt Lake City International Airport, and they're saying that, there's a couple things you might want to do. And a lot of people go down early and they fly out and then they stay, But for the people who are running late and really close to Thanksgiving,
Which is pretty much us all the time.
there are delays. There are going to be delays everywhere. But they said Thanksgiving morning has the fewest delays.
So as long as you make sure that Aunt June has dinner booked at 5, you can totally get there on time.
Because nothing says family like walking in the door, sitting down, shoveling food into your face, standing up, giving them a kiss, and leaving.
You're talking about my family now.
So anyway, the point is that, but that'd be horrible. Well, I guess if you're going to stay for a week or something.
I'm sure you'll stay for a couple of days. You always would. But yeah. That's actually not a bad thing, though. But don't forget, we are also one of the 5 airports in the nation now that's doing the extra step for security. So they're already telling you.
What did they call it? The new
increased scrutiny.
Yeah,
I think. But in any case, they're now saying you do need to be there at least 2 hours, and that's for a regular non-holiday flight. So I'm guessing for Thanksgiving, you probably just want to spend the night.
So this is what they're going to do to you at the airport. Not this anymore. Not, hey, no drugs there. Like this. And they're going to go and they can put your thumbs in your waistband and go all the way around like that. And then they're going to go down your legs. And when they come up, here is the word that they used in their instructional pamphlet. And it says, the agent may raise his hands or her hands up your legs until it meets resistance.
For me, that would be my knees, but I don't think that's what they meant.
It's not what they mean.
You know, maybe I'm taking the wrong side of this, but I actually feel worse for them. I actually feel worse for the agents, because think about this. Think of all the people you see in an airport that haven't showered for like 3 days, and they smell like a wet cat, and they've been sleeping in their clothes, and you have to go up and touch them, and you have to smell them, and you have to lean into their vile bodies.
Why would you smell them?
Because you're leaning into their vile bodies, and you're sticking your fingers in their pants, and it would be awful.
It's like our first date. So
it's not my fault you're easy.
Remember, when they're running their hands up your thigh, they will stop when it meets resistance.
Maybe we'll just drive.
So,
Driving's good.
We're still going to do it. I'm sorry. Okay,
I'm so sorry, TSA agents. It's going to be a long holiday weekend for you.
So, Erin came back laughing her butt off, and you haven't shown me this video, but you were down at where?
I was down at Smith's with the kids, and they had literally the entire front half of the store, the second floor, was all this Christmas apparel. Now, in the past, we've seen, of course, the ugly Christmas sweaters, and that got to be cute because then people started having parties with the ugly Christmas sweaters.
But it really they started off as like ugly sweaters, and then people started dressing them up more ugly or uglier, and they put lights in them.
And then there's novelty Santa boxers, which are okay.
Hey, who's got a
No, they've got 3-piece suits.
They've
got sexy off-shoulder dresses,
all right,
like cocktail dresses.
You gonna show me?
Have a look.
All right. Oh, by the way, we'll see you later.
Okay, folks, show of hands. How weird are we getting with the whole Christmas thing? I'm seriously. They're selling suits. They are selling complete suits now that you can wear with all of the holiday cheer on them. Then there's the holiday leggings. All right, I'm not going to lie. Those are actually pretty cute. These pants, those are hideous. Okay, it gets weirder. Look at this. It's like everybody wants to dress like an elf these days. And a flattering off-shoulder blouse. And over here, all the hideous sweaters. Didn't they start as a joke? When did they turn into an industry?